Hello everyone, the Chart Guys have been working on an introductory technical analysis course for quite some time now, and after surveying hundreds of traders with what would be the most sought after information regarding technical analysis, we came up with this course, When to Enter and Exit. It covers over 5 hours of the basics on when to enter and exit, and we feel after watching this course it will help build a foundation of technical analysis knowledge which will eliminate a lot of the uncertainty in the world of trading stocks. So the course outline, we go over the psychology of trading, establishing a game plan, the different indicators we use to signal a bullish and bearish entry, how to recognize support and resistance levels, poor entries, where traders make mistakes, exit targets, how do you know where to sell your trade, where to place stop losses, that's very important, minimizing losses is what keeps you in the game long term, my personal preparations, how I go about getting ready for each trading day, and then piecing it all together, utilizing all the information we just learned and how to apply that in the real world for making successful, profitable trades. As a bonus, we also include a lot of information on finding entries and exits utilizing patterns, and you can find these patterns on every time frame on pretty much any stock and commodity trading, and certainly being able to recognize those patterns can give you an edge as well. So we hope you will check this out. Again, it's an introductory level course. So if you are new to technical analysis and trying to get a firm grasp on things and feeling a little bit overwhelmed, then this course is for you. I hope you check it out. Appreciate you watching. Looking at CMG SKX NKE and TWTR. So CMG with those two long upper wicks, further follow through to the downside. But now we have our tightening range as we bounced just above support. We had support at 414, which was previous resistance, a little double top, and then 411 was the target. That was a double top as well. We had the 200-day moving average support at 411, and we also had the 100-day or 100-hour moving average support at 411 as well. So a lot of support there. Bulls bought that dip, and we can see a bullish hammer followed by a bearish inverted hammer, the previous candlestick, so a bit of indecision the past 2 days, and that makes sense as we are heading into earnings, and this chart is positioned perfectly for earnings to dictate the clear direction for the rest of Q1 2017, in the sense that if it's a bullish reaction, we're going to change this trend and head back up towards 500, and if it's a bearish reaction, we're going to head down to 352.96 and potentially make another leg to the downside. And it's set up straight across trading, close to a trend break, but it's really going to be dictated by earnings this coming week. SKX, weakness still with a big upper wick of profit taking on a bounce attempt Friday. We do still have the 50-day moving average support. That's at 24.77. So the range I'm currently watching is the recent low of 24.33 and then that lower high at 26.40. That's the range. If we get a break, obviously that's a higher high. We would have to get a breakout for that to occur. And if we get a bearish break, we're going to be looking down at the gap fill, 23.09. So never losing sight of that gap. If we get the weakness and the break of this little higher low pattern, that will be the target. The weekly time frame shows that big upper wick of profit taking and a lack of follow through by the bulls. 50-week resistance still tough. That's up at 26.86. And if we lose these exponential supports, again, I do believe that gap fill will be coming on the daily time frame. NKE, the range continues to tighten. We have rejected from $54 the last, let's call that the last half dozen attempts in the past 3 weeks, but still maintaining higher lows. The middle Bollinger Band is going to be a guide of support. That's currently going to be just at $53 on Monday. If we lose that level, it's $52.72 to maintain the higher low pattern. And this is an ascending triangle pattern where you have, might as well draw it here real quick, you've got your horizontal resistance line where the price keeps rejecting. We might as well use that nice round $54 psychological number. And then the trend line where we keep hitting higher lows. I would be watching this pattern right here, which is a higher low pattern. You can see the range is shrinking, and we're either going to get a break of that clear $54 resistance with a close above it or a loss of the higher low pattern. And the overall weekly trend would dictate it's more likely than not that it's going to be a loss of that higher low pattern and favor the bears, but a more cautious trader will wait until this pattern breaks before making an entry. And you can see if it were a bearish entry, we're right on the verge of a bearish MACD cross as well, and we would be looking down at the middle Bollinger Band weekly support right around 52 even, and let's see where that lines up here on the daily time frame. That would be down at 52.16, and there's a gap here as well at 51.33. So on a bearish break, we would be keeping our eye on 51.33 as a potential target. Twitter bears still in full control, increase in bearish volume. We had the bounce attempt, pulled back, still maintained a higher low. Now another lower high with a big upper wick of profit taking, confirmed with weakness. Supports are 1633 and 1616. And if we get a break of 1633, we can anticipate another leg to the downside is likely, as the weekly chart certainly weak, rejecting from exponential resistance on that bounce attempt, and now it's looking like it's a bear flag after the dump, little short-term bounce attempt before continuation to the downside. So CMG earnings coming up, going to be very telling. SKX also tightening, similar to NKE with these little higher lows. NKE is a really nice tightening pattern to keep an eye on this coming week. And Twitter belonging to the bears still with no sign of the bulls. I appreciate you watching. We'll check back in on Monday. Have a great night.